If you work a full-time job and make a little bit of extra money on the side, but every time you open your bank account, you're like, girl, where did this money go? This video is for you, because in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I'm setting up my budget for June using my budget spreadsheet. Let's get right into it. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Nikki. If you are returning, welcome back. Now, your girl already closed out her May budget, and spoiler alert, I went over my budget by $2,200. And you might be wondering, like, girl, how you go over your budget over $2,200? And that's because I leave money sitting in my checking account and it continues on rolling over and rolling over. And a lot of times I'm not including that remaining portion that was left that previous month. I'm not including that in my upcoming budget. So I'm just out here spending money all willy-nilly. Now, even though I went over my budget by $2,200, I was able to save and invest over $4,000. So I'm not too mad at myself. But again, it's time for a budget reset. We're already halfway throughout the year. And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and show you this video. So that way, if you're in for a budget reset too, then this video is perfect for you. So I have a budget spreadsheet. I have a whole entire budget bundle that comes with a worksheet, a budget spreadsheet, a debt tracker, and a savings tracker. But moving forward, I'm just going to be budgeting from the spreadsheet because this allows me to see what I have in my account right away, because the numbers calculate immediately and I don't have to wait till I come home, write it down, then input it in the computer once a week, that type of thing. Nope, every single day I'm going to be checking in with this spreadsheet. So I'm going to turn the camera around, pull up my spreadsheet, and show you exactly what it is that I'm going to be doing. This is the budget spreadsheet. So if you decide to purchase it, this is exactly how it will look. You will come to the instruction page and read the instruction, and then you will come over to the monthly budget portion, and this is where you tailor the spreadsheet to fit your lifestyle. So the first thing I'm going to do is change out the month to June 2026. Next, I come down to savings, because savings is very important to me, and that's the first thing that I do when I get some money. I'm going to tailor this to all of my savings subcategories. So the first one is retirement. The next one is my TSP. The next is my Roth IRA. The next one is investing. And then the next is just my regular savings. So those are all of my categories up under my savings category. Savings is the main category. Then we move over to my home category and pretty much focus on the bills. That's basically my home category. So inside of my home category, we have the mortgage and utilities, because this is paid together. Then we have life insurance. Then we have short-term disability. Then we have my phone bill. And then we will have aftercare for my son, but since he's no longer at that school anymore, I'm no longer going to use aftercare anymore or need aftercare. So this is all of the subcategories up under my home category. So I'm going to change this from bills to home. The next category is my expenses, and this is all of the variable spending that I actually do. So the first one is food. So instead of dining out, I don't separate dining out and groceries. I just have it all into one. So this is food and groceries. Then the next one is transportation. And this includes anything dealing with my car. Then the next is subscriptions. And then the last category is like planned spending. So I know that I have a chiropractor subscription. So I'm just going to put chiropractor or chiro right there. The next one is me. So I'm going to put fun. Also going to put my son. His name is MJ. And then last is miscellaneous, which I will leave right there where it is. Now, since I'm not focusing on paying off any debt right now, I only have my mortgage and my student loans. I'm just going to leave this area blank. And then I'm going to focus on the income section. Now, it already has paycheck 1, paycheck 2, and then a side hustle. But because sometimes I get paid 3 times, I'm going to go ahead and take out side hustle and put paycheck number 3. And then side hustle. And then other/remaining. If I have some money remaining in that account. Now that I have this tailored to how I want my template to be, now what I'm going to do is, matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and delete those. Now that I have this tailored to how I actually want it, I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of this so that way I don't have to do this every single time that I open a new spreadsheet. So I'm going to come over to File, make a copy, and then I can put copy of Just Call Me Nikki budget spreadsheet. And then I'm going to make a copy of that. And it's just going to open up again. And then with this one, I'm just going to save it. Save this as is. So anytime that I need to come back to this blank copy, I can. So I'm just going to leave that blank. And I'm going to go to my copy one. And I'm just going to put, I'm going to rename it. I'm going to rename it. And I'm just going to put Just Call Me Nikki. June 2026. And that's what I put at the top. Just Call Me Nikki, June 2026 budget. Now I can exit off of the other and I can go ahead and input my numbers. So starting off with my paycheck, I budget my paychecks at the lowest amount. That's $2,100. I'm paid 2 times this month, and that's what my income is going to be. Now for my side hustle, I've started to give myself a set amount of money because I want to save and invest. So that number is $2,500, and we're going to be budgeting $6,700 for the month of June. Since we always start with our savings, that's going to be the main thing. I am budgeting $115.49 per pay period, which brings me to $230.98 for retirement. My TSP, I'm budgeting $499.26 because I did raise that to 8% of my paycheck. My Roth IRA, I want to do $500 a month. My investing, I want to do $1,000 a month. And then my high yield savings account, I want to do $500 a month. So that brings my total savings to $2,730.24 budgeted. Now I come down to the mortgage and utilities. For mortgage and utilities, I budget $1,750. That goes into a separate checking account for the mortgage and utilities to actually come out. The life insurance is $13 per month. The short-term disability is $164.88. My phone bill just went up. They went up $10 for, I don't know. You know how these phone companies do. But that went up. So instead of me budgeting $145, I'm going to have to budget $155. So for my home category, everything comes up to $2,082.88 that we're going to be budgeting for. The next category is the expenses, of course. So with food and groceries, I usually budget $300, but because school is out, people are eating up stuff like it's just none of their business. Like they don't even pay for things around here, which they don't. And then I have an extra body in the house, my sister. So I'm going to do $500 for food and groceries now. With transportation, I've already, gave myself, increased the gas budget because, of course, everybody knows that gas is expensive. Matter of fact, if you've watching this video this far, let me know down in the comment section, how much do it actually cost you to fill up your gas tank per week? For me, I mean, it's like, I want to say maybe $100 a week that is costing me. So for transportation, I'm doing $400 for gas. Subscription, I only have one subscription. Google Storage, that's $199. My chiropractor, that's $212.50. For fun, I'm going to give myself $500 because that's part of the side hustle income. I'm putting $500 into the Roth IRA, the other $500 into a high yield savings account, then $1,000. So that gives me $2,000 right here. So there's an extra $500 left. So for me, just, doing my content and doing things on the side, I'm paying myself $500 out of this money to do whatever it is that I want to do. Now, my son, his birthday is actually this month as well. He want to go skating. I'm not sure exactly how much would it cost for him and a couple of friends to go skating. So I'm just going to say I'm going to put aside at least $300 for skating, or maybe to, host a birthday party or something like that, whichever one is cheaper. So the total on expenses is $1,914.49. Now, I don't have any other thing going on. I will say that, of course, school is back in session in August, and I don't like to wait till the last minute to get school supplies and things like that. So I be on the hunt throughout the summertime. So instead of me doing gifts right here, I'm going to do back to school. And I'm probably, let's see how much money we have remaining. Right now, we only have $27 remaining. So we don't have a whole lot of money for school supplies. The only way we'll have more money left if I make more than the $2,100, or if these bills and expenses are less than what I actually budget for. But because I'm trying to get everything down to a zero number, make sure every dollar has a job, I'm just going to say for back to school, only thing that we can do is $27.61. Oh no, that means we're over the budget. I'm sorry. The parentheses mean we are over the budget somewhere. So something got to be taken out. So let's see how we can take out something. So go back to school. We can't fund anything there. And the fund category for me. So let me take out $27.61 for me. So 500 subtract 27.61, and that's 472.39 that we're gonna be able to do. So that takes everything down to a zero-based budget. The only way this will actually work if everything is the exact amount that I actually budget for, or below the amount I actually budget for. And I really like how everything is, and I can just adjust accordingly as the month goes along. I really hope that, maybe I can use some of this fun spending, because I probably don't need $400 to spend on myself this month. I can use some of that money to put towards my son back to school. Matter of fact, let me do that now. I'm just going to take out $200 or $250 for myself. So let's subtract $250. And then we're going to do back to school at $222.50. $1,000.39, which I don't think I'm going to spend that much money. So let me just do $100 for back to school, and then we'll do $372.39 for me, because I really don't, I'm not going to get the clothes until like I'm not going to say the last minute, but closer to school time, because you know how these kids can grow really quick. And yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. So that puts my expenses to $1,886.88. And this is my zero-based budget using my budget spreadsheet. So if you're one of those people that want to get in control of your finances and see exactly where every dollar is going, as you can see, I had to do some maneuvering. I had to do some changing around and things like that. And that's all a part of budgeting and getting it to a point where you feel comfortable. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Don't let nobody tell you you shouldn't be having $400 to yourself, or you shouldn't be spending $200 on this or that, or whatever it is. Personal finance is personal to the individual. That's why I enjoy doing it. And yeah, you got to be comfortable with whatever it is that you are comfortable with, because at the end of the day, you are the one funding that thing or whatever it is that you want to buy or spend your money on. So if you are interested in seeing exactly where your money is going and starting this budget reset with me for the remaining of the year, I'm going to drop below my budget spreadsheet, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.